Hi dear friends, welcome back to Cybersecurity by Sharath Kumar. Please consider subscribing and press bell button. Types of security risk. There are more security risks for your computer than just the common run-of-the-mill virus. The amount of digital use the average person has over the course of a week has increased significantly in just a few years, and with it comes a legion of security-related issues. Viruses. Viruses have been around for as long as computers. They have moved on from simply displaying the name of the coder on the monitor, a kind of virtual vandalism, and now can disable and wipe the data of a hard drive in mere seconds. Trojans. The Trojan horse, as the name suggests, is a program that masquerades as a legitimate application but in actual fact contains code that allows a hacker remote access to your computer. Like the legend of the wooden horse the Greeks used to gain access to Troy. Once inside your computer it opens and creates an opening for the hacker. Ransomware. Earlier in the year the UK was gripped in the clutches of the WannaCry ransomware infection. This particular infection exploited a vulnerability in Windows and quickly spread throughout the NHS and other organizations, locking and encrypting the data on a computer until money was sent to those who unleashed it to the world. Worms. Although a worm is a type of virus, it behaves differently in that its goal isn't to alter or destroy system files. Rather, it's designed to replicate itself continuously until all the resources and space on the system are consumed. A bit of a nightmare for the system administrator. Spyware. Spyware invades computers usually through freeware or shareware downloads, which is why you should always download a program from a reputable source. The intent of spyware is to collect information about the user and report it back to those who wrote it. Adware. Adware is very similar to spyware in that one of its goals is to monitor the user. However, adware usually goes one step further and bombards the user with internet pop-up advertising, usually when they open their browser or a new tab. The advertising can be tame, such as gardening equipment, or it can be extremely offensive. Hacking. While Hollywood would have you visualize the lifestyle of a hacker as something that's quite alluring, in truth it's quite the opposite. The average user is generally under the radar where a hacker is concerned. They are mostly after the corporations or famous people, but you can have your computer hacked by a neighbor, for example. Social engineering. A relatively modern term in the history of computer security. Social engineering will have the user deceived into giving away personal information or allowing a scammer into their systems. The recent spate of calls from people claiming to be from the likes of Microsoft or a security firm are a prime example. Phishing. Much in the same vein as social engineering, phishing is the act of obtaining sensitive information, bank details usually, about a user by being disguised as a trustworthy source. Phishing on social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, etc. is on the rise. Rootkits. Rootkits are virus-like programs that are activated before the computer's antivirus and security switches are started when booting Windows. They can change the way a security suite looks at files, allowing a virus to hide in plain sight and not be detected by the system's security measures. What the modern hacker wants from the average user. We are probably all familiar with the term hacker and what it suggests. But do we really know what a hacker wants from us? More to the point, how are we perceived in the eyes of a hacker? Let's have a look at what the modern hacker wants from the average user. Monetary motivation. As with most hacks the world over, money is the driving force behind an attack. A hacker will want to enter your system through various means and obtain your bank or credit card details in order to get access to your money. It's plain and simple theft. Personal information. Personal information can be extremely valuable to a hacker. Those who manage to obtain information about you, from date of birth, address, social security number and countless other trivial details, can then use your identity to open bank accounts, start a loan and so on. In the end, it is your name that's linked to the fraud. Parasitic infection. Sometimes a hacker will use you to get some other target. Perhaps you work at a bank or something similar. The hacker will then identify you as a target that can be used to transfer a program from your laptop to the work's server. You unwittingly become the carrier of malware, allowing a hacker to gain access to your work. Exploitation. Exploitation is becoming a common theme among modern hackers. In this scenario, a hacker will gain access to your personal information and hold it to ransom. They can then demand anything from money to more personal acts. Stealing bandwidth. Rather than targeting a user purely for financial gain or something else, a hacker can also want to use your home bandwidth. Generally speaking, the hacker doesn't need to be on the other side of the world. They could be a neighbor who's using your internet connection to download copyright material. Access to your webcam. Webcam hacking has become more popular in recent years. What happens here is, a hacker manages to gain access to your computer and activates the webcam in order to view what you are doing. And as long as the computer is up and running, they can see everything the webcam can, and they can do so without you even knowing. Access to your microphone. To expand on the previous hack, along with a webcam hack, an attacker can also activate a computer or device's microphone. Doing so will allow them to listen in on anything that's being said. So perhaps it's worth covering up your microphone during any future meetings. Zombie apocalypse. There are instances whereby you become the target of a larger scale hack. In this case, the hacker isn't targeting you specifically. They are simply using your computer as a zombie, a collection of machines connected to the internet that runs malicious programs against a target. Zombies are often used to conduct DDoS attacks. Cyber vandalism. Often you can be the target of an attack that doesn't seem to make any sense. The hacker doesn't want money. They don't want your personal information either. It's just a case of cyber vandalism. Perhaps the hacker wants their name known in the wider world, or just likes to see chaos reign. Who knows why they do it? Distributing illegal material. Finally, a hacker can use your computer as a source or a node for the distribution of illegal material. You won't even be aware of the fact, but your computer is successfully trafficking illegal material together with others on the internet. Please consider subscribing and press bell button. See you. Bye from SHK.